Hi, I'm Debbie Mansfield. I'm a staff occupational therapist at Peninsula Rehab Center. I have been there a little over 11 years. I chose Peninsula Rehab Center. It's a smaller rehab. Has the capability of having 40 patients. I worked in a much larger rehab, but the environment seemed to be a little bit more friendlier. The doctors were more laid back. When I interviewed with the therapist at Peninsula Rehab, I got to follow them for the day, and they allowed me to see the treatments, and a lot of the treatments they did with the patients were one-on-one. There wasn't very many groups, so you were able to develop a sort of friendship or bond with that patient, which meant a lot to me. Coming from the bigger rehab settings, you don't get that feel for the patients. You have a lot of patients coming and going, but you actually could become a part of their life and make an impact on their life. My treatment techniques with my patients, I like to involve a lot of laughter. Our population are geriatric patients for the most part. So they're like that grandmother, grandfather type age, which when I was growing up, I didn't have any grandparents. So for me, it's a personal fulfillment to make a difference in their lives. They like to give advice. They always give us therapist advice and that, so it's kind of a mutual relationship. We actually encourage all family members to come into therapy. I'm a very strong advocate that I think that they should be involved right from the beginning, because these are the people that are going to be taking care of their loved one at home, and there's a lot to learn. And what's really neat at our facility is our inpatient unit where the patients stay. They can have their therapy, and then once they go home, they can come back for outpatient, and the outpatient center is right on the same floor as the inpatient. The really nice thing about that hospital and that unit being so small, it's an intimate environment, and the doctors do communicate a lot with the therapists. But the big thing is for the benefit of the patient, because you have the consistency of that care. You develop that bond with them, you develop the bond with the family, you get that consistency, and you see results better than if you just had different people coming in, or putting them in a group and seeing them just in a group. And what I found at PRC, we have such a wide range of therapists that are knowledgeable in different areas. We kind of got all the rehab areas covered. You have the traumatic brain injury. We have therapists that specialize in spinal cord and the neuroIFRA. So we kind of have a little bit of everything, so we can learn from one another and what we need for the patient. I think Peninsula Rehab Center makes an impact on people as being one of the best rehab centers in the area, based on the fact that we have patients, we have many, many patients that come back to us. We have many patients that are referred from friends that have been at Peninsula, and they actually have been in other facilities, and they feel that they have received very good care at our place. They love the therapists. Every year we have a reunion where we invite any patient that has ever been at PRC, and we provide a luncheon, and it is such a good feeling when you see patients and they come back and they talk about their experiences and how positive it is, and how they tell us that they've told friends that this is the place you need to go have your rehab. Tell your doctor this is where you want to go. Don't let the doctor decide for you. So that's a good feeling. What's important to me and what makes a difference with me is I see them when they have their disability, whether they had surgery or they've had a stroke, and I see that they progress and they can go back home. So that's a big personal fulfillment for me, to see that I can make a difference in someone's lives so that they can go back home.